Welcome to the wonderful world of Kennetic-Fit and Wellness, Holistic Psychology, Holistic Life Counsel. So once we learn this and use it and practice it, or use it as a daily practice, we all have the potential to begin to make ourselves better. Life is supposed to be fun and a fun learning experience for all of us. All of us can learn something from each other in the most minute of ways. We all can learn. Every day is to be a learning experience. And considering holistic psychology as a therapy remedy may put you on that path to creating or carving out a better life journey for yourself. So take a listen, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's depression, anxiety, compulsiveness, relationships that have gone sour, whether it's domestic relationships, relationships between parent and child, relationships between friends, friendships that have gone sour, business relationships. It does not matter what the situation is. When you acknowledge that you can get to the root cause of what has caused or what has created the adverse circumstances or perpetual adverse circumstances in one's life, then we can move forward in creating solutions or your quote plan of action so you can be better. Or you can begin to make yourself better over time. And people will start to see this, and you will begin to feel better about you. So take the time to consider holistic psychology as a viable option for healing. Everything in holistic psychology has been clinically proven and scientifically proven. But even if they weren't scientifically proven or clinically proven, it would still work. Because we're talking about divine order of the universe that's been working for billions of years. So even if it was clinically or scientifically proven, or whether it wasn't clinically or scientifically proven, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like the law of gravity. Whether you believe in it or not is irrelevant because it still exists. Whether you believe in it or not, the law of gravity exists. The law of lift or aerodynamics exists whether you believe it or not. This is how birds and airplanes fly because of a law that supersedes gravity. Whether you believe in it or not is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So even if these techniques weren't clinically proven, they would still work. They've been working for all of us since conception, since birth. Since birth, our brains have been functioning for us. And as we have grown into our adulthood, most of us have unconsciously used it to bring forth adverse circumstances versus an abundance of successful circumstances. So now there's an opportunity to change that so you can have more successful occurrences. And which is okay when you understand, or when we all understand, how our brains function and how our thinking can make or break our life journey. Our thinking, whether it's positive thinking or negative thinking, whether it's positive emotions by way of your positive thinking or whether it's negative emotions by way of your negative thinking. All of it comes from you. All of it comes from me. Not outside influences. All outside influences can do is just that, influence. But they can't make you think a certain way. Only you can do that. And holistic psychology gives tools and techniques so you can get to the root cause of what's creating the anxiety, the depression, the negative circumstances, or the perpetual negative circumstances that keep occurring over and over and over again. If it comes to, if relationships is the subject matter at hand, whether it's relationships with a spouse or relationships with children, relationships with other family members, mom, dad, or friendship relationships that have taken an adverse turn. All of these can be, all of these symptoms of life or adverse symptoms of life can be rectified or can be changed into a positive outcome once a positive solution or what we call plan of action is created by you first and foremost, because no one can change you except for you. Only you can change yourself. Once you change yourself, everything in your circle of influence will begin to change as well. But you have to start it first. And actually in childhood you have total control over your mind and brain, but because of adult influences, we all know how that goes. But nonetheless, we all have total control of our brain and our mind and how we think and how we act and how we react and how we respond to our outside world. You can't change what's on the outside world. None of us can change what's on the outside world. The only thing we can change is what's on our inside world. That's it, nothing else. When you change what's on the inside, then you will perceive everything differently that's on the outside. You'll frame it differently. Same situations may be happening, but you will respond to them differently. You'll frame them differently. You'll look at them differently. You won't look at a situation like everyone else. To everyone else, that situation will be a huge problem. But not for you. That problem will be a huge situation for you to challenge and conquer and succeed. Look at it as an opportunity for you to be better. Not an overwhelming problem. That means that you are assuming that you have no power, or that the circumstances or the situation has more power than you. We always have to be in the optimistic belief that we are better than any and all situations and circumstances, and that everything will be okay. Everything will get better. And it always does. If you believe that it will. When you believe that it will, it always does. Somehow, some way. This is the universal order. This is a universal order. I didn't create it. It's just what it is. The intention is for healing to occur to whatever degree, predominantly to the highest degree, whatever that means for you, getting to a higher level of consciousness. So once you get to a higher level of consciousness, anxiety will be an afterthought. Depression will be an afterthought. Compulsiveness will be an afterthought. Negative behaviors will be an afterthought. Narcissism will be an afterthought. Vanity will diminish. The heightened ego will diminish. It won't disappear because all of us have ego. All of us have vanity. But again, it's about self-control. Narcissism, it's about self-control. Self-control. Schizophrenia, self-control. Compulsiveness, self-control. Once you learn self-control, the whole body takes heed to it and begins to heal you. So for those that are ready to lay down that foundation, let's go. Let's make life better for you, and that may be one of your ultimate successes, making you better, because you are investing in you, which is what a lot of people just do not do. Take the time out to invest in themselves. We invest in everybody else. We invest our time in everything else and everybody else, but most of us never take the time out to assess and take an inventory of ourselves and have some cognitions and awakenings and discoveries about our own selves and how we can make our own selves better. So if holistic psychology or holistic counsel sounds right for you, I hope to hear from you.
Do you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders? Feeling like you can't overcome the challenges of life? Take back 100% control of your life by choosing Kennetic-Fit and Wellness. Mental attitude first.